You're watching Drakewing Gaming. Enjoy the video. Hey guys, Nary here from Drakewing Gaming. If you know me on Twitter, The Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of Tennis Ace, Shuichi's Path. So guys, let's go ahead and jump right back in. Oh, if you haven't already, I put up a video yesterday of K6's first path video, so let's go ahead and check that out if you want to see me pursue the bunny. But anyway, guys, please sit back and enjoy for the next 18 minutes while I entertain you, and let's jump right in. Alarm tenure up, and let's go. Okay. I didn't think I needed help. I'm really gonna have to babysit him through this process, aren't I? At least if he manages to cook something edible, I'll already be happy. I think it'll be the first time ever. The prospect is pretty exciting for sure. Alright, I'm gonna chop another onion and I'll try this again. This time remember, only the onion needs to turn golden, not the butter. Got it. I'll try not to mess up again. Sorry. I'm pretty much done with the ragu. I'm gonna get started on the dessert. Oh yeah? What's the dessert supposed to be? It says here that it's supposed to be an apple puff pastry turnover. Thank God they're providing us with a puff pastry, because that would be a bitch to make from scratch. Is it really that bad? I don't bake all that often, but I did see a few videos on pastries, and there were so many steps to making it my head was spinning. Yikes. Not good. Yeah, I'll stick to store-bought pastry for this. Just need to peel and chop the apples into chunks and then prepare a brown sugar syrup. Man, there's going to be so much food when we're done. Isn't that kind of the point? Food is good after all. Huh, I guess that's true. I'm looking forward to tasting it. Yeah, just keep your eyes on what you're making. We don't need any more burned butter. Oh shit! Yeah, he didn't even notice that his butter and onions were starting to get a bit overdone. Baby steps, I guess. Okay, I'm adding the other vegetables and the chicken now. Careful, don't just dunk stuff into the skillet, otherwise some butter could splash off and scald you. Right. I think this is the first time he ever had someone supervising him while he cooks. His knife skills aren't the best, and he doesn't pay much attention to what he's doing, but both of those things can be remedied. It's the unnecessary additions that fuck things over. Since he's not allowed to do that here, we should hopefully get something edible. And if not, well, he looks pretty cute when he's squirming, trying not to mess up stuff on the burner. Heh. I'm kind of getting the urge to tickle and tease him a little bit, but I'll avoid doing that while he's handling a hot pan. It's weird when I think of it. We're dating now. Like, things haven't changed that much, but when I look at him now, I feel different than before. I'm not confused or conflicted over it anymore either. At this point, I'm pretty sure that I really do have feelings for him. Hell, he's such a dork, I want to kiss him so bad right now. Are you okay? You've been staring at me without doing anything for a few minutes. Oh, right. I was, thinking of what I needed to prepare for the turnovers. Isn't your syrup done yet? Let me check. Hopefully it's okay. Yikes, I was just giving him crap for not paying attention to his pots, too. Yeah, it's fine. It's at the perfect consistency, actually. I'm gonna drop my apples inside now with a bit of cinnamon. Recipe doesn't sound too complicated. It's not. The complicated part will be stuffing the raviolis. We're gonna have to do them together. Sure! I work on cooking the apples down a bit while I open the puff pastry and cut it into the shapes for the turnovers. After that, it's not all that difficult. This pastry is pretty nice to work with, and I can put them together pretty easily. Okay, gonna put these in the oven to bake. Did you already get the toast out? Yeah, you're fine. I put them all neatly on top of the parchment paper and inside a baking tray and slide it inside the oven. Thanks to the toast, the oven is already preheated too, so that helps. I'm gonna open the pasta dough now. How's the filling going? I just added the cooked squash to it. Can you taste to make sure the seasoning is okay? Sure. Shuichi grabs a spoon and puts a bit of everything from the filling in it, hovering it in front of my mouth. I blow on it a few times so as not to scald my tongue before eating it. A little bit more cheese would be nice. Alright, I'll add it in. As soon as it melts and incorporates, we can get started on stuffing. And not so fast, you need to chill the filling a bit first, otherwise you'd cook the pasta before even putting it in the boiling water. Oh, that's true. We still have about an hour We still have about an hour and 40 minutes to spare, so that gives us plenty of time to chill it while we plate the ragu toast. Just make sure to let the filling cool down before you put it in the fridge. Got it. I feed the pasta as thinly as I can on the pasta roller. At one point it starts to get really thin and delicate, so I need Shuichi's help handling it to avoid ripping. It's a bit of work to get it through, but it comes out just fine. Alright, you just need to cut them into circles and cover them all with plastic film so it doesn't dry out. Handling the pasta dough is kind of like playing around with Play-Doh. You should have touched it while I was kneading it. It really felt like playing with Play-Doh. What's our yield in this recipe? I don't know the exact amount. we're cutting them sort of big, so there can't be that many. Still, we spread the dough so thin that it became quite long. We ended up having to cut it into multiple sheets because it was getting too problematic to handle it. Let's get started on plating the appetizer. I can't wait to taste it. Sure. Our toast is very dry, golden and crunchy, so it looks pretty nice. I try to put the ragu on top in a way that doesn't look too messy. I sprinkle a bit of grated Parmesan cheese and finely chopped herbs to garnish. This looks pretty good. It looks pretty tasty. Should we call the instructor over to try? Yeah, looks like a few other pairs are finishing plating their appetizer too. The instructions were all made so we should finish right about now anyway. Yeah, but a few people are still lagging behind. My guess is those are the ones that either had to start over due to mistakes or are just slower because they don't have much experience. I also had to start over at some point though. Yeah, but you only had to throw away butter and onion. Barely any time waste with that. Fair enough. I raised my hand, trying to get the attention of the instructor so she can come over and try our dish. Oh, you boys are finished too? Let me try it out and see how you did. She uses a fork and knife to cut a small piece, quickly putting it in her mouth. Immediately she smiles, nodding appreciatively at the two of us. This is very good. The seasoning is perfect and it's very creamy. Good job. How are you two doing? How are you doing on the other two? The turnovers are baking and we're waiting for the ravioli filling to cool a bit before we can stuff them. I kind of messed up on the filling at first, but we had time to fix it. She smiles. She nods, still smiling, a smile still on her face. That's very good. One tip I'll give you is that if you don't leave big chunks in the filling, you can use the piping bag to fill it more precisely and making less of a mess. Is that so? Shuichi, how chunky is the filling you made? I think I could fit in a piping bag, I'm not too sure. You can also fill it with a regular spoon if you're not sure. It's just a tiny bit harder to be precise with it. Thanks, I appreciate the advice. She nods once again and walks off to another duo station. I guess we just wait for the turnovers to bake and the filling to cool. Pretty much. Hopefully it won't be long. An hour later. The ravioli seems to be done. Help me drain them and plate them up. Sure thing. Things continue going smoothly for the two of us. With class nearly coming to an end, we were rushing to plate up the last of our dishes. I do have to congratulate Shuichi on the ravioli filling. I tried a bit of it before piping it into the pasta dough, and the texture and the flavor were pretty good. I can't believe Shuichi, of all people, actually managed to cook something good. Here, a bit of grated cheese on top for garnish. Shouldn't we add some kind of sauce to the outside too? It looks kind of dry. The sauce on the inside is already pretty creamy. You don't want to drown the plate in sauce. If you say so. We have 3 more minutes before the end of class. I'm going to start going through the stations that have already finished plating their last dishes to try them. Good thing we're not super late, otherwise I'd be freaking out hearing that countdown. Thankfully, we haven't had many hiccups during this process. There! Done! Nice, with a bit of time to spare, too. Alright, let me see what you boys prepared. She walks up to us and eyes our last 2 dishes. I'll try the ravioli first. Ooh, the pasta is very tender and soft. Cooked perfectly. The inside is pretty creamy. It even oozes out a little bit. That's good. She cuts off a piece and tastes it. Immediately her face lights up and she squeals quietly. Ooh, yes, this is very good. Very creamy. The sauce is very rich. There's a good ratio of sauce to meat and squash to the inside the ravioli. Seems like they were distributed pretty uniformly. I'll try the apple turnover now. The pastry makes a lot of crunchy sounds as she cuts a piece, which seems to make her quite happy. You hear this sound when I run my knife on top of the pastry? It's dried out and crunched up nicely. The color is also good. It is a very appealing golden brown. Let's see how it tastes. She moves her head quite a bit as she's tasting. It seems like she's pondering something. The flavor is pretty good. You did a bang-up job on that. My only issue with it is the apples are a tad on the mushy side. I think you might have cooked them too long before stuffing the turnovers. Oh, I was the one who made the turnovers, so it was my mistake. Just keep in mind when making this sort of recipe that you want the apples to still have a bite to them before you put them in the oven, otherwise it'll become mush. Gotcha, thanks. She nods, walking away to taste the plates from the rest of the class. Blah, I messed up. Oh, don't feel bad. Everyone makes mistakes. Besides, it still looks delicious. Let's eat it before it gets cold. You're right, let's. We enjoy our food in the last few minutes of class. Everything came out pretty amazing. I think my favorite was the ravioli. That just tastes incredible. I still can't believe Shuichi was the one who made this filling. Although, I will toot my own horn right here, the pasta is also really good. Even the apple turnovers were just a tiny little bit mushy. Not nearly as much as I thought they would be given the instructor's judgment. But again, even something pretty minor can stand out if everything else is done really well. Oh man, this is delicious. It is. I'm glad you decided to make us do this. So am I. Ah, Michimaya, you have a bit of syrup on your face. Hang on, I'll get it. He grabs a napkin, gently rubbing it on my face to clean up the dirty spot. There, all better now. Thanks. We continue to enjoy our food until we finish every last piece. Oh man, I'm definitely feeling a bit full now. Thank you for coming today. I hope you enjoyed this class. If you did, please tell your friends about it. We'd really appreciate it. Oh man, it got really dark while we were in there. We did spend 3 hours inside. Everything's already dying down for the day. I don't think there's much we could do here anymore. Yeah, you're right. How about we just head home? Maybe you could stay over for a bit. I would love to, but you have to remember I have a curfew now. Oh, right. I can still walk you home. Okay. There's quite a lot of movement in the streets at this time of night, probably because the school festival is a really popular event this time of year. There's a cool breeze blowing, gently ruffling our furs as we walk together into the night sky. I hope you had fun today. Shuichi breaks the peaceful silence we were in up until now. When I look to the side, I see him eyeing me with a smile. I did. I was really afraid of straining you by asking us to spend time together. I'm glad that wasn't the case. You're my boyfriend. Spending time with you is one of my favorite things to do. He gently squeezes my hand for a second before pulling away once more. He's probably wary of being too affectionate in the middle of a busy street. To be honest, it made me pretty happy to have you come to me today. What do you mean? Well, I always tend to be the one dragging you around everywhere. And after we started dating, part of me was greatly worried you weren't really liking it, and I was just afraid to say something. I mean no offense by saying this, it's just that it had been your MO so far, and it was hard for me not to think about it if that was the case. Oh! I look down at the floor, focusing on my feet walking step by step. For some reason, I suddenly feel very embarrassed. I was really upset for a while. It's really frustrating for me when I think about it. This is the first time in my life I've ever felt lost when it comes to how I'm feeling. Before you confessed to me and we started dating, I thought that maybe I had feelings for you, but at the same time that I wasn't sure. I've always liked spending time with you, and once I thought that maybe you liked me, a tiny little part of me was pretty happy. I think I might have always liked guys, and might have just, I don't know, refused to accept it, bottled it up so much until even I couldn't notice it. It's confusing for me. I don't blame you. I spent years telling myself my feelings for you were just friendship. It took a while for me to realize I was in love, and even longer to accept it. Yeah, but when I think about it, I really am happy getting to spend time with you like this. I think I really do like you a lot. I guess I might have been liking you for a time now. Do you have any idea how long? I'm not sure. A bit under a month, maybe more, maybe less. I just didn't notice it for a while. Heh, I can take that. Shuichi casually shoulder bumps me as we walk side by side down the street. He giggles happily, and I can't help feeling that hearing him sound so happy is wonderful. I feel butterflies in my stomach. Man, this is embarrassing to say. I look forward to seeing how things will work out between us. I want us to become even closer. From now on, I'm in your care. Heh, I look forward to it too. And I promise I'll take care of you for as long as you're willing to also take care of me. Yeah. We finally reach my house, coming to a stop in front of the gate. Heh, kinda wish you lived a little bit farther away. Yeah. We stand motionless on our spots, neither of us seeming to want to say bye. Shuichi looks down at my eyes, and I do the same. I feel happy just having him close by. It's strange. It all came so suddenly, and I'm still confused by this whole thing, but I'm happy. I should probably head home already. Can't hang around here forever. Yeah, thanks for spending time with me today. It was my pleasure. I'm glad you had fun. Shuichi leans towards me, giving me a quick peck on the lips. You be good, okay? Be good? What am I, a dog? Well, technically you are. I playfully punch him on the shoulder. Good night, you. I'll message you when I get home. You better. Bye-bye. I wave at Shuichi as he walks away, watching him take a turn and disappear from my sight. Once he's gone, I go inside. Ling-ling. Ling-ling. By the time I left that last class display, the sun had already completely set, and it was too dark to see without the hallway lights. Most students and guests alike were headed to the outside of the school buildings as the last few remaining displays began to shut down. I spent all of today on my own. I actually managed to see Shuichi getting dragged around by the arm once a few hours ago. I guess Atoka-chan was serious about not letting him go. Well, this is what he gets for ignoring his sister for so long. Still, I wish I could be spending time with him right now. Exiting the building, I see a lot of people huddled around the bonfire. They're stacking the logs all neatly in a squared shape, all of them set up very precisely. I guess the point is for it to look aesthetic for the photos. Also, is it bigger than last year, or is it just my imagination? I guess Shuichi did a really good job of clearing the budget for the festival, huh? Looking around, there are definitely a lot of people here today. I wonder if there are more guests this year than we had last year. As far as I know, no one makes a census of that, so I don't think anyone knows. Ah, Yuichi! I hear my name being called and immediately turn around, seeing the figure of a tall bunny hopping towards me with a big smile. Hey there, Saya! I haven't seen you since Monday. What's up? Oh, not much. I've just been going around the festival looking at anything that seemed interesting. What about you? Excuse me. I helped out a lot of my classes' cafe, so I didn't have as much free time as I would have liked. That's too bad. I was free the whole time, but honestly, I didn't have as much fun as I thought I would. Really? How come? Well, everyone else was busy, and I kind of got tired of going around alone. Whoa, are you okay? That certainly doesn't sound like you. Even I want company from every now and again. It's not weird. Although, it was a specific person's company that I missed the most. Did you come outside to watch the bonfire dance? Or are you taking part? Nah, I don't really have anyone to dance with. I just didn't really have a reason to stay indoors, unless you like to dance with me. Sorry, I already have someone to dance with. Oh, right. Are you going to dance with Kaiken? You did dance with him last year. Nah, I'm gonna dance with this guy I've been kind of sort of maybe flirting with for a while now. Besides, Kaiken is with his band. Wait. A guy you have a date? As soon as those words left my mouth, I knew I had screwed up. I mean, wow, good for you. You have a date. Nice try. Ah! For my indiscretion, I received a swift punch to the gut. Sorry? Why do you even have to be so surprised? It's not like I've never dated before. I had boyfriends, you know. Yeah, but you've been single since you and Murasaki-senpai broke up. I kind of expected you to stay that way. It's not like I was single because no guys hit on me. I just wasn't interested in any of them. To be perfectly honest, I have a hard time believing any guy would hit on her. Who would ever want such a violent woman as a girlfriend? I'd probably be completely emasculated if I ever dated someone like her. I guess you'll just have to watch us dance, huh? Oh, sure. Relish my misery. That is so nice of you. If you didn't want me, then you shouldn't have. If you didn't want me, then you shouldn't have been an ass. For fuck's sake, I just blurted it out. It's not like I wanted to offend you, devil woman. I'll just stand by the sidelines and I'll watch everyone else dance. You and your mystery guy, Shuichi and Hitoka-chan. Hey, Yuichi-kun? Yeah? I'm gonna ask you a question. Whatever you say, I'll believe you, okay? Okay? Why are you acting so awkward all of a sudden? Are you and Sho-chan dating? Uh-oh. I immediately freeze. I was expecting to get asked this, and point blank, too. My mind goes blank, and for a second I have a hard time even absorbing what I was just asked. Why are you asking me that? That's such a weird question. It's just that you two have been awfully close lately, so, you know. Tell the truth. To be honest, I have no reason to hide this from her. Sai is my oldest friend, right up there with Shuichi. And even he said it himself, that she already knew he had feelings for me for a while. Of all people I know, I think she's the most likely one to be supportive of us. We are. Yeah. Really? Oh, that's great! I'm so happy for you guys! She suddenly tackles me, wrapping her arms around me in a tight, bone-crushing hug. Ow, 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 I get it, please let go of me! What a place to pause it. Yeah, I'll pause it right here. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, leave a super thanks or a tip if you can, it always helps. Until the next video, I love you all. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!